Hello ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday and tomorrow is St. George's Day, so I am going to do this whole week, as in today and on Saturday, a UK soap and trying to use a UK razor as well. There you go. So I think this soap scent is one of my favorites from this company, and today I'm sporting Signature Soaps Britannia, which is the aniseed, spearmint and peppermint. I just love the aniseed smell. It is a soft soap, so a croap, and I've taken half a gram out of there, out the corner. Oh, well, it's not the first time I've used it, so the hole is bigger than half a gram. And I have put that, and I wanted to show you, last time I showed you the Scuttle, I didn't have the lid with it, so there's the lid. As you can see, it has a hole in case you do have a puck and you want to try it out, that there is air circulation as well as drainage. Let me just put that to the side carefully. So this is what the Scuttle looks like. It has a very large spout. It has a benefit, you can get a larger brush in there for soaking if you're using a natural hairbrush. The downside is if you have got hot water in there and you do not have a large brush in there, then the water will cool down rather fast. So in here I have put my half a gram of soap in, and the scent level from the puck actually is already at a 4 or 5. And I have drawn up my 1.5 teaspoons of water. And when we lather, I'm suspecting it's most probably going to get stronger, because with signature soaps that's what tends to happen. And the most predominant smell I get from here is actually the aniseed and the peppermint, not so much the spearmint. So what brush am I using today? I am using the Omega S10065. It is a synthetic and it acts like a very soft ball, so it has quite a lot of backbone, but it is super soft. It dries very quick, and I've washed this, and I did a pre-test with this, and it is a lather monster. It's a little lather monster. I think this is can't remember the millimeters. Please look at the pictures at the back. I will do things today also a little bit different. I won't repeat all the things that I've used because I have shout outs at the end today. So I'm not going to be repeating again. If you want to see what I've used and or where I bought it, and want the details, the details are on the pictures of the video at the end, and the details of where I bought things are down below in the comment box. And now I most probably have to just quickly pause you. So much noise today. There's lorries going by, and across on the road there are builders, and every time they see a shadow across the road through the door window up the top, then they just go bananas. And on top of that, my toilet system here is having a problem of loading. So if you hear this shh noise, it's the annoying toilet system. I'm sorry for that. It's a good day today. Okay, so what have we done? The soap, the Scuttle, the brush. Let's get on to the razor, and this is the Haryali. That's the only way I can remember how to pronounce this razor. It is made in London, and it's a twist to open, and you twist here, as in you hold here at the top and you twist at the bottom to get this open. And today I am using for the very first time, never used before, heard of before but never used, and that is the Prime Platinum, Prime Platinum. So because I'm using again a blade I have no idea about, it is a Dorco. So Dorco made. They're supposed to be good. As I say, we will test it. Dorco Prime. So I'll load this into my twist to open here. There we go. No cut fingers today. And close that tight. I actually prefer twist to opens if they open here at the top, because when you're doing parts that you can't reach like nape or with your legs when you have to bend down, if it's down here and it's easy to open, then it might open and loosen itself whilst you're using it. I haven't personally had that problem, but I've heard from others, and depending on the razor whether there is it's good quality or not, that can happen. Downside to this razor, this is the very first one I bought, as I've told you before, is it does have an overhang. It has now you can see it, an overhang, but it is a cheap razor. This cost me £7. I think the prices have gone up. This is the vintage style one. They have one that's even cheaper. I think now this one would be £11, and then they have one for £9. So that's just an idea. Nothing really fancy. It is a mild to mid aggression or effectiveness, depending on what blade you have. So that was a quick intro into that, in case you haven't seen my former videos. Oh, by the way, talking of former videos, I've had a few questions as to what soaps have you been using or what razors have you been using. When you go onto my channel, there's a little search bar on the right hand side when you're looking at it. If you just type in the soap name or even the country of the soap, it will come up as a search. The same applies to the razors. That's where you can get all the videos. If you're just looking for a specific thing, you can find it there. I also have, in the most recent videos, I have always listed the shop I have bought it in, or the online place I bought the soap in, and or the razor or the blade or whatever. But blades I normally buy on eBay just as a quick interim. So from that point of view, it's eBay or Amazon if I don't say anything next to it. Some items I have bought from AliExpress, like some of the Yaki brushes. Some I've bought in eBay, depending on how quick it was delivered or what the availability was at the time and or the price. Right. That was a lot of talking, and now we're getting to the next item. Because I'm using a new blade, I am going to use today another pre-shave soap, because I do not want to have razor burn or sore. Don't want to be sore on Saturday. So this one is one of my own made ones, and yes, this is a normal, I don't know why I said normal, this is a Castille soap. That is all organic ingredients. This is mainly coconut oil. So this is made with coconut oil, and I have actually scented this one because I made it as a soap bar, a normal soap bar, but as coconut oil, and it has glycerin in it. That's why it's a pre-shave soap. It has a few other small ingredients, other fats. And I love this scent. This is the jasmine one, but not that that matters. Right, so I'm going to be using this as my pre-shave today, and I'll get on with that. So I'm just going to quickly, I have cold water in the basin today, and oh, it was a lot colder than I expected. So let's just wet that a little bit, get the pre-shave soap on. I don't think it will take away from the scent of the shave soap, because this is quite gently. This is a scent strength of maybe 1. It's more in the bar than on the skin. So that's applied. Now don't forget to activate. So dip your fingers in some water and activate it. If you eat it, it won't taste nice, but it's natural enough. You're not eating any preserves. I do cold press soaps, and I choose that because they mature for longer. My soaps mature for sometimes 3 months, the olive oil even longer than that, up to a year, because olive oil is super soft and it takes a long while to mature. It takes a minimum of 3 months. Right, so that's activated. Now let's get on. Whilst that's doing its thing, I'm going to change the perspective here. And here we go. Let's do some lathering. Let's turn this around so I can hold this nicely. Here we go, like that. I'm adding in half a teaspoon, dipping in my brush, shaking it out. There we go. And let's lather. I haven't put any water in here. It might clank a bit. If it does, I'm sorry. But that's what you get when it's a ceramic bowl. Signature Soaps has a fabulous post-shave feel, fabulous protection and glide. See below in the comment box also the scales on that. Also on price and so on. Very underrated, but you've heard me say that before. So let's add some more water. You don't have to be particularly careful with adding the water with signature soaps. You can drown it, but it's not that easy to drown the soap. I'm looking for creaminess today. As you see, it is producing a fabulous lather here already, and there's still quite a bit of soap down the bottom, which I think, hang on a minute, that's swirling around a bit. Let me just press that down a bit more. I didn't do that very well. Right. So now it's loading a lot better, as you can see. It's also trying to spill over. I'm going to have boob lather again, aren't I? Okay, this brush also tends to keep most of its lather within the brush, and so you can't really get a full build up in here. Let's add my last half a teaspoon, so that's my normal measurement, 1/2 gram to 1.5 teaspoons of water, or 7.5 mils. There, it's already got sheen, it's fluffy, and it's going to be creamy. As you can already see. What do you need more? I'm just going to work it a tiny bit longer. And yes, I'm pushing it down. I'm not squashing the brush, I'm just pushing the lather down into the bowl. Oh, here we go. Let's leave it as such. Let me just quickly get my towel so I can dry my hands off. because the brush was a bit wet. I got some lather on the handle. Let me just take that off as well. So look at that, you can see it has most of its lather in here. It's super shiny. Just taking the lather off the edge here where I'm going to be holding. Very nice handle on this brush. It's what I would call a budget brush. Now, what was the price? £10? Under £10? I think just under £10. So, budget brush works fabulously, dries out when it's wet very fast, acts like a boar, is a lot softer than a boar, and is a lather monster, as you can see. So let's get going. Let me adjust the camera to the side. I have my mirror here. The scent of the soap is now a 6. The peppermint and the spearmint actually give it a cooling effect, but not as strong as menthol. I have problems with the menthol. My skin doesn't like it a lot. If I use menthol, then I use my own menthol crystals and add them to the soap. That way I can just put in a tiny little bit if I want a scent, just to feel that extra cool. Right, let's go with the grain. Make sure it's tight. Tighten it up once more. Let's see how this blade is. First use. It's not the smoothest. Not on its first pass anyway, but maybe that's with the wrong razor. I will have to try it maybe with an adjustable and see if that's what I do. If it doesn't work with something, then I try it on an adjustable. Which will give me an indication on whether it is the blade or whether it is actually just not paired well with this razor. The soap is super slick, great protection. And I'm glad I put the pre-shave on, because it has just given it even that tiny little bit more protection and slickness, even though the soap has a lot of it. Second pass, second round. Let's see if it knocks me out. Weepers and creepers and no bleeders, please. Second pass. Just make sure all the soap is gone. This razor, if it is a super thick or fluffy lather, does tend to block a little bit more than the more expensive razors. But it's not a bad one. Please don't misunderstand me. It's a good starter razor. Okay, it's not the smoothest blade, but it is efficient, as you can hear. Can you hear what I can hear? The feedback. I put this on so that my hair doesn't get in the way, but it still does. I have a suspicion that this blade most probably will work better on its second and third use. It might be one of those. Because the second pass was already a lot better. Okay. I have not actually picked up any soap out of the Scuttle. This is still all in the brush itself. So now, third pass, third round against the grain. And no, I don't really have any hair down here, but I put the lather there, so it's going to come off. Oh, sorry. Oh, a neighbour. Have I told you in the last video what's happening next door? They have decided to put a shed, or it looks more like a mini house, with double opening garden doors and 2 long windows, the entire width of their garden. And it's quite tall, so now they've taken away most of my view. And I'm looking at this monstrosity of a shed. I hope they're not going to be doing party house or something like that. Or a bar. That's also my privacy gone, because you can see straight into my windows from there. But as it's not a brick build, it's deemed as movable, so I can't complain. They can do what they like, or almost do what they like. Doesn't need planning permission. And if I were a gardener, I mean one that does seedlings and stuff, then that end of my garden, with their shed right next door to to my garden where it is right now, it would have blocked out all the sunlight. So my greenhouse wouldn't get any sunlight if I had one. So I'd be really peeved. That was the rant of today. So I've still got loads of lather left here. Look. This is just the brush on its own. And I still have in the Scuttle. Nope. Don't want to eat that. It's all essential oils, it's vegan, I don't know if I mentioned that. Super slick. Now, this last pass, the third and the pickup pass, was a lot more enjoyable from the blade. So this is my overview to the blade. It is a good blade, it just needs, you just need to get over the first pass and then it will start working better. And I am sure you will get most probably 4 great shaves out of this blade. Okay, that was my pickup round as well. I just want to show you how much lather is left. Let me just squeeze out the brush and put it back into the Scuttle so that I can show you what a lather monster this little thing is. You most probably, if you've seen one of my very early videos, let me just turn you around this way. If you've seen one of my very early videos, I have this brush in black, but it was a bore. I did not get on with it at all. It just did not want to break in well. So that's why I've gone for synthetic on that one. Maybe it was just one of those Monday brushes, you know. Right. This is all the lather that is left, so I'm thinking that would be most probably a very beardy 1 pass or a not so beardy 2 pass. Does that sound funny? It sounds funny to me too. Okay. I shall be using that to wash another brush, the leftover of that. So there's no waste. I'm putting on my Aloe first, putting it into my hand, otherwise it'll go everywhere. That is super close, especially where I did the pickup. Yeah. I think I'd most probably use that blade in a mild razor first for the first shave, and then I'd most probably move up to a mid or even more efficient razor, because it is a bit bumpy in the beginning. Okay, last but not least, I'm putting on my Gentleman's Pride. That's Aftershave Balm and Skin Food or Nutrition Skin Conditioner. And I should have shaken this down. There we go. And this has a lovely scent as well. So, this is actually not soaking in super fast because of the fabulous post-shave action of the shave soap itself. I think Signature Soaps is one of the cheapest out there, cheapest vegan artisan that you can get. Yes, you haven't got 20 different scents, but there are quite a fair few. and all the hybrid as well as normal. As in, I think he does hybrid, and he does a goat's milk and then glycerin soaps. So I like them a lot. Right. So I said I wasn't going to talk about that any longer. I wanted to do a few shout outs at the end. And these are shout outs to channels that I have been watching. And they're all below the 400 viewers. Most of them are in the just maybe even below 100 or 200. So that is Shave 326, NYC Wet Shaver, The Budget Shaver, DE Razor Shaving, Robin Hood Shaving Artisans. That is a mouthful. Maybe do shorten that one. And now we have the latest, which are actually making a great entry because it's 3 generations, grandfather, son and grandson. And that is John Shaves 101, the DC Shaves, and the little one is the EC Shaves. Then we have For the Love of the Shave, MC Shaving, Shave Cave, Chapman Collects, Scents, Suds and Steel, Jim Combs, Dave Card, Knife to the Face. Now Jill, unfortunately you've already gone over that. You're not a small starter, but I'll still shout you out that She Shaves with Jill because you are my teacher. Nick Shaves was one of my very first teachers, and you were the second and the first lady shaver that I had seen giving proper tutorials. So thumbs up to all of you. I have learned from all of you as well. I hope we can all support each other, show them some love, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell button. That always helps the channel. So I am loving you and leaving you and already missing you, and Saturday will be another UK soap shave because it is St. George's Day tomorrow. See you soon. Bye bye.